we started shipping based on actual orders available. Our order book has increased. So necessarily we are also shipping quarter to quarter now. So that is the first change. The second change which has happened in the last quarter is that for the first time DRDO decided to outsource their complete radar development for deep space requirements. This is a scaled down radar which they had planned. It will be about 15 to 20 times bigger. Final radar will be bigger. But here it's just not electronics. They said building, construction, everything has to come as a full radar. We are very keen to do this because that radar is one of the core competencies which Data Patterns is designed and developed. So we managed to get both the radar orders, about 360 odd crores, which is the prototype radar. This also came into picture. It's a tender based business. We were lower than L&T and other companies were quoted there. We got the order which will be executed in the next 2 years. We started delivering more quarter to quarter because visibility is there for us to manufacture it. Second is the order book is also growing and we crossed this 1,000 crores orders on hand for the first time. That is why the quarter performance has been good for us. Going ahead, we still have pipelines. Whatever you designed 4-5 years back, the orders are expected. If the orders come in earlier as we want, then the scaling also will happen accordingly. We've been continuously trying to expand our capabilities to do this. Once we got this capability and once MOD opened tenders to people like us, see, because earlier days, 10 years back, it is only MOD tenders are not accessible by us. Defense is only foreign parties were playing. Indian companies were not playing. Now only Indian companies can quote in MOD tenders. So when the tender came for a precision approach radar, that is, you need to land the aircraft. You have instrument landing system and all that in civil aviation airports. Here they have a radar to track because any condition, all weather conditions, fighter aircraft will come and take off. We can't wait because weather is not included, whether we cannot do this. So we do this. So this normally what Indian vendors do, because the product has to be demonstrated, they go tie up with a foreign company. Correct. And then show the demonstration here, based on which then commercial bids are open. So we decided why not do the product ourselves. So it's an enormous challenge at that time, We had to spend enormous money. It was about few tons of metal. We never designed that kind of mechanical systems. And the electronic, it's a phased array radar. We took the challenge, designed the radar from scratch and in 18 months demonstrated in Vizag. And we cleared the trials. Then we got a contract for 380 crores after a few years from MOD. This opportunity is a good opportunity because this is scalable product and a few radars will be required and it will be few thousand crores each. So this is a good opportunity for us. We've already built the competency, but we're looking at opportunity to deliver. The first thing which opportunity came us to is in radars. So we focused on it for the last 14 years. Similarly, 2 years later, we started getting opportunities in electronic warfare. Again, we are the only company who built from scratch design EW receivers from 1 megahertz to 40 gigahertz, the entire spectrum, RF, microwave, digital processing. Now, in military radio, what happens? They keep hopping the frequency so that you don't listen in, you can't hear them. So we need to first put an antenna, listen to what is coming, electronic, then demodulate it, get the hop frequencies, put it together and then we can replay it. And then we can find out where it's coming from. There is communication intelligence, direction finding, then you can jam the chap. Similarly, radars are operating all over the world. Now enemy territory radar is there. We need to know where is the radar is operational, what is the kind of frequency it is coming, can we then jam it. This aspect is called electronic warfare. We do the entire spectrum of electronic warfare from communication intelligence to electronic intelligence to radar warning receivers to fighter aircraft mode. Third area we are looking at is in communications now. So basic idea is to build full systems. That is a core competency. We import all of those defense systems. Even today, Make in India is there. They have a ruling that 50 to 60% has to be made in India, but not necessarily designed in India. So since we don't have a product and Army, Navy, Air Force wants to use the product, they are not going to help go design and do it. They don't have timelines for it. They have to, and rightly so. So looking at, so people tie up with foreigners to bring the systems. See, if India to be truly self-reliant in defense, is the equipment and systems and the sensors, which is there in almost every system, has to be designed in India. Only when that happens, we can export our products. So what our aim is that having done all the electronics, we are now building domain. into various areas of sensors. Sensors can be radars, can be electro-optics, can be electronic warfare, can be communications, all of those things. We want to see that instead of us buying things from them, taking IP from them, manufacturing that here in India, we will develop the IP, we develop the full systems. Then not only do you address Indian market, but you also export market. I am not buying, we are designing.
Okay.
So that's the difference. Every other company is actually buying, collaborating. We are not collaborating. We are doing from scratch design in data patterns. Today we have across 1,000 people, more than 520 engineers working with us, and we are scaling.
Okay.
We are putting another infrastructure now, which will be completed in the next 2 months. We already started using it. So we are scaling. We are creating a lot more infrastructure. Our intent is to get into serious product development end to end. Look at the market in India and outside market in India.
Okay.
Develop homegrown products. See, India has the capability. We were not having the opportunity. The opportunity is coming now. The capability to match the opportunity is going to take some time because product has to be designed, developed. Capability design is there. You see the startup revolution, how many young companies are coming up with so much of competency. So that means competency exists, but they were not given the opportunities. The opportunity is coming, so some of us will stand up and address the opportunities. Some products, these are all projects. You sell a few, then after the requirement changes, next tender comes. Now, we have to scale, let's say 300 crores, 400 crores, 500 crores, whatever we do, 300 to 600 crores we are doing. To scale to 3,000 crores, 6,000 crores, 10,000 crore company, because having been in the business for so long, the intent is to build a large corporate. Otherwise, we remain an MSME. So, and we built a competency model which is outstanding. So, we thought we need to pat ourselves in the back, put the resources necessary and scale. So, we want to go to public, take money, build products, scale. So, that is the idea, and we have the basic infrastructure has been created, the fundamentals are with us, we have phenomenal engineering capabilities, we need to build the products. Products come, requirements are there. The market is very, very large, but we need to address the market. So, this question people ask me today, what is your TAM? Total addressable market. I'm hearing from all the investment community today. I have difficulty in answering this question because some products are there, maybe 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, that's not adequate. We need to be able to a larger addressable market. So, for which we need the product portfolio to address the market. So, our job now is to see that at a lowest cost, within short time frame, develop the products necessary so that we can increase our total addressable market. And then, point number 2, see that since IP belongs to us, we build a competitive pricing where other people are importing and integrating. There is a cost, the margins are distributed among various companies. Today, if we develop from scratch everything, since IP value is with us, we can be competitive in our pricing. So, that is the idea, and this is only to say we will do everything. So, we want to actually be, you have the Thales, you have the Elbit, you have the Elta, you have the Raytheon, you have the Hens, so many companies we import from. We are looking at them, and why can't we be them? Why should we buy from them? This is a dream. This is the direction. We are doing it already. We are doing it in small measures.
Okay.
And we need to, you can't jump, right? You can't jump, and second is it's expensive. It takes time to develop products. The time to market becomes tougher because the government procurement process also takes time. So, we need to evaluate all these capabilities. We are doing that. There is a lot of strategic thinking going on. Our next board meeting, we will be presenting the new strategy for growth plans to them. So, we are on the job. We are seeing how to scale, and the board has told me that, you know, my job today is to build sustainable growth. This government has opened up defense for Indian industry. They make it very difficult for direct imports. They are saying work with Indian industries and make it happen. Tremendous support, no doubt about it. This we are seeing in the last few years, it has become much more. They are becoming very strict on stopping imports. Even G2G imports at a very final stages, they are stopping and say go back in line, go through Indian vendors and procure it. Now, this support is essential. We need to look inwards. If we don't look inwards and allow us the time to build, it is never going to be possible. See, till now, for whatever reason, defense was a state subject. Army, Navy, Air Force buys through MOD. The PSUs tie up with foreign collaborators, manufacture in India. DRDO designs it and transfer technology once it is mature to PSUs. So everything is there. They design, they produce, they buy, they use, they maintain. There was no space for Indian industry at all, except as a job shop company we are doing with DRDO. That is changing. Once the opportunity comes, I think people will stand up. And India is a large country, we have enormous technical pool. So we need time. But I think it's at least 10, 20,000, 30,000 crores is the addressable market. I don't have all the products to address the market. So it is our job now to create the products and see that the strategies are in and the alignments have to happen. See what happens, one is to address MOD markets, a tender. If it comes as a sensor alone, we can quote. If it comes part of equipment, we may not be able to quote. What then happens, the equipment builder imports that sensor and puts it together, so I lose opportunity. So what we need to do is, worldwide what really happens, there are a lot of MSMEs with enormous capability. It is there for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Very precision work they do, IP they do. Either large companies buy them, that is one thing that happens. Otherwise they specialize, they continue to buy from them. There is an ecosystem developed. Here we don't have an ecosystem yet, because everything is coming from abroad and we integrate here. The ecosystem has not started. But with the government perspective today and direction that we have to do more in India. Second, they also said Indian content should be 60%. So once you make these kind of rules, now you need to see how to make the Indian content 60%. So what I am thinking is, or most of us would think is, an ecosystem has to form here. The platform vendors will integrate a platform. We need to supply the sensors to them. Instead of them importing it, we supply the sensors, make in India, address their concerns of, government concerns of 60% Indian, and more importantly, make it cost effective so they can win the businesses. See, when you import and do, the cost is going to be more. One off, two off, it is cheaper, because for us to do design is not going to be practical. But in the longer run, it will be cheaper for us to do in India.